Our next comedian, they'd be very nice. It's her first time. Oh no. No, they'll be nice. They like you already. Everybody, put your hands together for Miss Debi Drecksler.
First of all, Peter, thank you, Peter. Guys, I have the most exciting news. Please run out and buy People magazine this week, February 15th issue. Go to page 6, big red letters. I'm there. It's my quote about the story I wrote about Heidi Montag. I am in People magazine. I put candor on the back this week for something else besides a murder. Is there anybody in this room that's over 40? Raise your hand. Could you all be very, very respectful to me, because I am old enough to be your mother, if you are 40 or under. I've lived here much longer than most of you have been born. I used to perform comedy across the street at the Asheville Comedy Club. Anybody remember the Asheville Comedy Club? Yes. I was the MC a few times. Remember me? It's not there anymore, no fault of mine. And what a surprise for downtown Asheville. It turned into a bar on one side and a sushi restaurant on the other. I don't want to hear anybody in Asheville complaining that we're in the middle of a recession. What recession? Have you walked downtown lately? There's a sushi bar on every block. People waiting in line an hour for what? To sit there, tojas down in a hard chair and pay too much money for a couple of overpriced pieces of raw fish? And they say, Jewish people, my people, that we're such brilliant entrepreneurs. I don't see anybody paying $12-14 for a piece of mica filter fish. I come from a big Jewish family, Russian Jewish. We populate like flies. My mother was one of 4 kids. My father was one of 9. I have so many cousins, I haven't met some of them yet. It's unbelievable. Anybody Jewish in here? Any of my people here tonight? I'm sorry. But anywho, I had a very strict Jewish father. My Christian friends had it a lot easier. When they wanted to go on a date, they brought the guy home and their father asked the boy for proof of baptism. My father took the fellow in the next room and asked for proof of circumcision. You ever hear of the term Jewish guilt? My mother invented it. When I was 15 years old, I brought home a guy, a foreign exchange student. I said, Mom, I got a boyfriend. He's got blonde hair and blue eyes, and we're going to go on a date. She says to me, is he Jewish? I said, Jewish, Ma? I don't even know if they've got Jews in Sweden. She says, go and enjoy. And when you come home, I'll be hanging in the closet. And my mother, like most Jewish mothers back in Miami Beach back then, they had a thing about their daughter's weight. And one day my mother says to me, she says, Debbie, your tachas is so big. The only guy that's going to be interested in you is going to be a Latin guy. I said, wow, Mom, that's real intimidating. We live in Miami. Did you ever notice how many Jewish families start with the boy first? That's a genetic mutation. They do that intentionally, so there'll always be a big brother to bother the little sister. My brother was 19 months older than me, and he used to write on the gym wall at Miami Beach High School for a really bad time called Debbie Never. My husband, this gorgeous hunk of man, sat next to me in 11th grade. You think he asked me out? No way. My brother used to threaten to chop off male body parts of any guy that even looked at me. He didn't ask me out till 8 years after high school. We're married 33 years, he still won't tell my brother where we live. I'll tell you, my parents were a trip. My mother was gorgeous. My mother looked like Audrey Hepburn. She was magnificent. She was like a runner-up in the Miss Florida contest. But girls, listen to me. I don't know how many of you read Asheville now, but I write the Ask Bubby column, and Ask Bubby is Ask Grandma. So listen to my advice. Forget what your mother tells you about marrying the doctor and the lawyer. Forget that. They're all ugly anyway. You go for the plumber, you go for the truck driver, you go for the painter that looks like Patrick Swayze. Because like I said, my mother was gorgeous, and she meets this intelligent guy who has red curly hair, freckles, and glasses. Do I need to say more? Just remember, those kids have a 50-50 chance of coming out looking just like him. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
Debi Drecksler, everybody. If my Jewish girlfriend from Miami were here tonight, you would have had somebody to answer that. So it's rubbing off. I swear, we go to the store, I see free samples, my nipples get hard. I've been dating a while now.